All right. Appreciate everybody being in the joint, man. Bam. Boom, 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 boom. Appreciate everybody being in the joint, man. I am who I am. Salute. Interlude soliloquy. What up, man? Rich, what up? Miami Soldier, what's happening, man? Chris Marcellus, what up? SPI, what up? What up? Dead Miles, what up? Q, what up? Drew, what up? RJ, I see you, man. Godfidence, what up? INLMB, what up, man? Young J, what up, homie? Chief Standstill, I see you, bro. SJ3, salute, homie, salute. Let's get the people just a couple minutes to get in here, man. Haitian King, what up, what up? Let's get ready to do this thing, man. Just coming in with some of this King Ray Rayism. Rico, what up, man? Yeah, that what it was, Chief. Yeah. It's been playing in my head all day, man. I think I'm gonna pull it up, man. Pull up some of that old ball and G, man, when I'm done with this one, man. All right, man. Let's get the people, man. Just a couple more minutes to get in here, man. Don't look like the alerts went out when they should have gone out. GC, what up, homie? Salute to you. All right, man. Don't be a slave to self-doubt. Win that life with these 10 actionable steps. We don't have to be a slave at life, bruh. We don't have to do it. D. Fleming, salute famo, what up? We don't have to lose that life, man. Now, don't get me wrong, man. Life is a battle. It's a struggle and all that. And all that. TH, what up, man? Roger Connor, I see you. Octavius Hope, what up? More Power, what up, man? I see you. Let's give him one more minute, man. We'll give him one more minute. We'll go live at 5, man. You know what I'm saying? Give everybody a chance to arrive. Yeah, lust is a tough one, man, but that need to fit in, man, they get a lot of us too, man. Fear of being different. All right, let's get it, man. B Maze, what up, man? What up? All right, man. Don't be a slave to self-doubt. Win that life with these 10 actionable steps. Now, first of all, this is only for men who can handle the elephant in the room. What's the elephant in the room? The elephant in the room is you have to accept that the chosen path is lonely. Many are called, few are chosen. If you're chosen, the chosen path is lonely. It's gonna be lonely because the thing about the lonely path is, why wouldn't it be lonely? It is your path. Your path is a solo path. If your path isn't a lonely path, then you're not on the right path. You're on the popular path. A path can only be popular if everybody knows it. Your specific path is not popular because nobody knows it but you. So if you're not willing to accept that the chosen path is a lonely path, then these steps won't work for you. You won't ever need these steps anyway. They're not going to benefit you. You don't even have to worry about it. So, again, the elephant in the room is accept that the chosen path is a lonely path. The loneliest path, as a matter of fact. See, this is the thing, man. Nobody ever said that life was going to be easy. Whoever said it was going to be easy? Even resisting temptation ain't easy. It ain't easy. But once you see the rewards of it, then it becomes easier. Not being drawn into anger, it's not easy. People around you do things in particular to make you angry. It's not easy. Being alpha is not a cakewalk. Being a man of God is not a cakewalk. Hell, in this society, being honest is not a cakewalk. Because in a society that's built on lies, there's so much more to gain by telling a lie. Temporary gain, material gain. Those types of things that aren't really gains. But if you're focused on those things, it's easier to lie and cheat your way into money than it is to grind your way into success. Life could be the toughest battle. I mean, tougher than any battle you could imagine. It could be a war. But you can win if you eliminate the possible causes of casualty. You eliminate the haters. You eliminate the dead weight. You eliminate anybody and anything that isn't contributing to your success. Truth be told, the battle is easier if you take it alone. And of course, there's going to be, the occasional helper, the occasional assistance along the way. But it's better if you take this battle alone. That way, the only effort you have to worry about is yours. The only energy you have to worry about is yours. The only dedication you have to worry about is yours. That's why I tell you, man, if a woman comes into your life, she has to be dedicated to your process. Your process is the only thing that matters in your life. Her process doesn't matter. If she's got her own process, she can't benefit you unless it's just going to be solely on a business perspective. If it's going to be solely on business, yes, you can come across women all the time that can benefit you in business. Will it become anything more than business? It just depends. It depends if she can contribute more than that. If she can only contribute that, then you keep that business. If a woman has a business, I'm not going to try to finagle her into doing something for me for free with her business. That's something I'm going to pay somebody for anyway. But beyond that point, once she spends any amount of time around me and get to know me and get to talk to me just on business, she's going to be like, damn, this is one intriguing man. This is the world's most interesting man. And I am very intrigued about what's behind door number 3. And so at that point, she wants to rock with me. But she's got to be able to contribute more to her business. I've already eliminated her business. The last thing you want is for a woman to say, well, he couldn't have did it if I hadn't done this for him and blah, blah, blah. If the woman has a service and you pay her for a service, you could have paid anybody for a service. How she know you could? You could just pay somebody else for it. But if you let a woman give you something initially, that's why you have to stand fast on principle. What we have to understand is, man, it doesn't matter how hard something gets. It doesn't matter how hard something gets. If you don't wake up dead, you just got stronger. You just got bigger and better. Whatever you go through today, unless you wake up dead tomorrow, if you don't wake up dead tomorrow, then you're a bigger and better person. If you can make it to a night of rest, no matter what your obstacles are, if you can make it to a night of rest, whatever you went through that day has made you better. You wake up better the next day. It may be a whole hell of a lot better, or it may be incrementally better, but regardless, it's better. You get 1% better every day. In 10 days, you're 10% better. That's all it's about, man. Problems, we don't have any problems. We don't have no problems. We have things that need to be solved. We have things that need to be navigated. And an obstacle is not a problem. An impediment is not a problem. Death is a problem. Life imprisonment is a problem. What we face out here, man, these ain't no problems. We men, we don't have no problems, bro. What problem we got? Any man in here, tell me what problem you got. You in love with a woman, that ain't no problem. You can fix that. That ain't nothing. That ain't no problem. That's a bump in the road. There is no bump in the road. There's no pothole. There's no nothing. That's a problem. Now, if the whole road is washed away, you got a problem. You stuck where you are. Don't be a slave to self-doubt by letting circumstances and situations that you deal with tell you that you can't overcome them. Listen, a circumstance and situation can't even talk. How you gonna let a circumstance and situation or something that can't even verbally relate anything to you tell you that you can't overcome it? That's like getting down on one knee proposing to a sex doll. She ain't gonna say nothing, bruh. You might as well just act like you accidentally slide the ring on her finger. The obstacles cannot dictate anything to you. They cannot dictate anything. They're where they are. When you run into an obstacle, guess what? It doesn't move. When you move left, it doesn't slide left. You ain't got to try to fake it out. Nothing is a problem. Nothing is an obstacle. Nothing is an impediment. Everything is a lesson. Are you going to learn the lesson? Heartbreak is no problem. It's a lesson. Child support is no problem. It's a lesson. Divorce is no problem. It's a lesson. Having your homies turn on you and become haters, no problem. It's a lesson. Having your family start hating, no problem. It's a lesson. Everything you face, it's a lesson, man. You have to understand that those people need to be eliminated anyway. Anyone who's not with you is, man, this is so simple and people forget it. Anyone who's not with you is against you. There is no one who, anyone who is not with you is against you. There is no, well, I'm just kind of in the middle. I'm in the middle of the road. I'm kind of straddling the fence. No, if you're not with me, you are against me. There is no middle of the road. There is no neutral position. There is no such thing in the world as a neutral position. None of us has a neutral position on any particular topic. We're either a little bit on the left or a little bit more on the right. None of us is perfectly neutral on any particular situation. And so if you're not with me, then it's just normal. It's logic that you're against me. Most of the lessons we learn are the results of our actions or inaction. Inaction is an action. And some people may not be directly against you, but they're indirectly against you. Let's say people that are coming around and then, you attain a level of success and they stop coming around. They're indirectly against you. This is just the reality of the scenario. And sometimes people are just downright directly against you. You can see them plotting. They don't even try to hide. You see, this is what we have to understand. If you're going to be a front runner, if you're going to be a trailblazer, if you're going to be the leader of the pack, if you're going to be the Don Dada in anything in the world, in anything in your life, that's the beginning of your lonely road. When you make the decision to do your own thing, that's the beginning of your lonely road. The rest of your life is going to be traveled on a lonely road. It's going to be a lonely road, but listen, a lonely road doesn't mean a lonely life. That just means a lonely road. You're going to come into contact with people all the time on that road, but traveling that road, deciding whether to go left or right at the fork is going to be your decision. The road is lonely. That don't mean that you just got to just shut off from the world for the rest of your life. It means the total opposite of that. Let me tell y'all something, man. On your path, you only come into contact with people that are meant to benefit you. The only time you come into contact with people whose intent is to be detrimental to your process is when you get off your path. That's how you go through life. That's how I navigate life. When I have peace of mind and I'm only coming into contact with people, man, who are beneficial to me. And this is the thing. Not everybody is going to be continually beneficial to you. Sometimes people are beneficial for a season. Sometimes people are beneficial for a moment. My thing is when you're on your path, when you're on that lonely chosen path of yours, then you're not going to come into contact with those obstacles that we face throughout life. Life is a lesson, and the lesson, the most intriguing lesson, the most valuable lesson, the most intense lesson is that your path is different from everyone else's. Your path is different from everyone else's. That's why I tell young men, stop listening to your damn family tell you what you ought to do. Don't listen to them. When you become an adult man, able to make your own decisions, why are you still living like you're under the control of your parents? I have too many consultations with men. And I'm talking about men from 18 to 26, 27. What should I do, man? My family want me to do this. Some guys be doing it. They be living a life that their family want them to live. Like, man, you about to die young doing that. It's your life. Make your decisions. Travel the path that you know you need to be on. How do you know the path you need to be on? What do you have a passion for? What gives you joy? What makes you feel whole? What makes you feel complete? What makes you feel valuable? What makes you feel purposeful? Simple questions that we must ask ourselves. Simple questions. Jay Will, appreciate the $5 super chat. Jay would say, salute, brother. Appreciate all the work you do to help us out for Kings. Salute to you, Jay. Appreciate it, man. Glad to see you back to yourself from yesterday, too, man. Jay Will, again, appreciate the $5 super chat, man. It's a lonely road, man, doing your own thing. That's why it's called your own thing. Heavy D and the boys, man, we got our own thing. But we got our own thing, man. And that's why my outlook on women is what it is, man. If a woman cannot benefit your process, flee from her, avoid her, send her on her way. Let me tell you something. A woman can either help you rise or help you decline. But it's always up to you, not her. It's up to you to accept a woman's contribution. It's up to you to accept that. You look at the little guy, Migos Offset. He and his crew was at the top of the game, man, when he married this chick. Now, after just 3 years, him and his crew done fell out with the label. They still signed to the label, so they can't put out music nowhere else. They stuck in a contract with a label that they at odds with, that they done messed around and sued, and now they ain't even got no income coming in except residual income, and they ain't even getting that because they suing the label for not paying them money in the first place. In 3 years. We hear about one hit wonders that come out and make their hit, then they go back undercover. But this is a man who was at the top of the game. Now he's possibly not even in the game anymore. In 3 years of letting the wrong woman bring that wrong energy to his life. But I ain't gonna get too far into that, man. You know, the homie Dr. BOA gonna jump on that tonight. It's gonna be top notch. I'll be there. I wouldn't miss it for the world. That's her job. She can only help you rise or assist you in your decline. And you will know immediately from the time you have a conversation with a woman. You understand? Man, let me tell you something. I give a woman one, maybe two conversations. Because I'm going to open her up and she's going to tell me all about herself. All the things she's proud of. And every woman is proud of whatever business endeavor she has going on. I'm going to give her two conversations for something to come out of her mouth that shows me a way that she could benefit my process. Even if it's a service she provides and we just do real business. I don't have a problem doing business with a woman. Let me tell you something. It's a whole lot easier to do business with a woman who want to get with you than it is to do business with dudes. Whole lot easier. As long as you don't cross any lines that don't need to be crossed, and you do cross the ones that need to be crossed, man, that woman to be on your team, working for you, grinding for your man for a long time, bro. And this is another thing, man. Aligning yourself with those who have declared themselves to be enemies is only logical if God intervenes. If God intervenes and puts that on your spirit and lays it out in front of you where it's there, then that's the only reason to do that. It makes no logical sense, man, to convene with your enemies. It makes no sense. Why would you align yourself with your enemies? Once you declare yourself an enemy of mine, unless God intervenes, you just like you declared that, and you're gonna own that. You're gonna own that. It ain't no problem with me, never was no problem. But you're gonna own that. I've been that way throughout my life. Once you declare yourself an enemy of mine, okay, because I don't do anything for anyone to declare themselves an enemy of mine. If you declare yourself an enemy of mine, you're just an enemy. You know, in your own right, I put you over there in the self-declared enemy box. And even though you being my enemy has never bothered me, that's what you chose. As men, we have to accept the choices that we make and the consequences and repercussions of those choices. So never align yourself with your enemies. If God doesn't intervene with that, be prepared for war. At all times, be prepared for war. That's it, bro. Be prepared for war at all times. And let's talk about this thing about giving up on it. Man, let me tell you something. Just because you go and do your own thing, that doesn't mean you're giving up on life. Man, you may turn your back on everything you built and just go do something else. If you're miserable and tired of doing what you're doing, tired of living the life you're living, man, just turn your back on it and move on and do something else. You don't have to stay in something just because you built it. Go build something else. Just because you created an environment, so what? Go create another environment if you want to. Life is about growth. What if you outgrow the environment you created? That's the problem with the majority of men in this particular society. You get into a life and then you just settle into that life even when you outgrow it. Misery comes from living a life that you've outgrown. Misery comes from living a life that you don't feel like it's the life for you. Misery comes from living a life that you feel is holding you back. Misery comes from looking at the life you want and being afraid of being held back or being tied to something that keeps you from going for it. Man, you got one life to live. You got a deathbed coming. You either got a deathbed or a death situation. Either you're going to be falling off a cliff, heading to your death, and whatever happens, however fast it happens, that's how fast your life going to flash before your eyes. And you're going to be sitting there, man, thinking that, man, if I had been living the life that I want to live, I wouldn't even been anywhere near this mountain. I wouldn't have been anywhere near this cliff. I wouldn't have been bungee jumping, trying to find some excitement because my life is so drab because I hate it. Don't be a slave to self-doubt, man. Self-doubt is fear of success. If you doubt yourself, you're not doubting whether you can do it or not. You're either doubting whether you deserve success or you're doubting whether you can deal with success. No man really doubts no man really just doubts himself, man. You're not, man, come on, man. Self-doubt is based on a fear of success. None of us fears failure. We failed too many times in life. You failed at something and you didn't die. So we don't fear failure. We fear change. And you cannot be the best version of yourself if you fear change. Becoming the best version of yourself is about change. It's based on change. We have to keep these things in mind, man, because nobody else is going to be out here. You know, there are no courses out here or no teachers and preachers out here, man, talking about this. No one's telling men these things. Men are stuck in life. This society is telling the man, no, stay stuck in that life right there. You stay stuck in the life for 10 years, then when the woman want to get out of life, she just leave. You stay stuck at the job for 10 years, but when the job get ready to lay off, they just lay you off. Every man hates on these types of ideas until he's sitting at home and one of these things has befallen him and he realizes that he should have been trying to take control of his life in the first place. You cannot take control of your life if you are a slave of self-doubt. Self-doubt will keep you in a situation where someone else controls your life. You will be afraid to do the things that are necessary. To control your life. Because you don't want change. Comfort is the enemy of success. Comfort is the enemy of success. Contentment is the enemy of success. Acceptance is the enemy of success. Compromise is the enemy of success. Enemy of success. All of those things lead you to just stay where you are. That's why I'm so big about not compromising in relationships with women. Why would I compromise in a relationship with her? I don't compromise in a relationship with myself. Who is she that I'm going to compromise for her? Why would I do such a thing? I put myself in a position where I don't have to compromise what time I go to work, what time I stop working. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night at 2 o'clock, man, and I be up, man. I just start editing content. I might even record a video at 2. I got a video I'm editing now. I'm going to put up tomorrow, man, that I recorded at 2 o'clock. You can tell I'm in the crib. I got a light on top of the camera. I never shoot with a light on top of the camera. So if I did all these things to have all these things this way, why would I put myself in a position where I'm going to compromise for a woman? What value does she bring to my life that I need to compromise for? Doesn't make any sense, man. See, unless you just kill yourself, man, you ain't giving up on life, man. You're giving up on success. People say, oh, man, I'm just going to give up on that dream. You ain't giving up on that dream. You're giving up on the success of that dream. You get to the point, man, where you think you're telling yourself, man, well, I'm too old now, man. I'm too old, man. I've passed the point now, man. It ain't going to happen. How you know it ain't going to happen? Man, it'll never happen for nobody else. There you go, trying to walk everybody else's path. There you go, trying to walk everybody else's path. Why? How's it going to benefit you to walk everyone else's path? You're walking everyone else's path, man. It's easy to walk your own path when everything is gravy, when everything is smooth. But what about when things get tough? What about when you got to make that tough decision? What about when your path is the oddball path? What about when your path is the weirdo path? What about when your path is the path less traveled? What about when your path is the path everybody laughing at? What about when your path is the path you don't know nothing about? Can you stick to your guns then? Can you stay on your path then? Can you stay focused on your goals, dreams, and aspirations then? Or is that the point where you're going to become a slave to self-doubt? The choice is yours. You see, the bottom line is this, man. You either go hard or go home, bro. Go hard or go to hell home. Them are your options. Go hard. Or just say, forget it. Those are your two options. I don't care what else anybody else says. Those are your only two options in life. Either you see what you want and go hard, or you just sit down, man, watch TV. Sit down, play solitaire on your computer or something. You got to go hard to win that life, man. Listen, man, life don't want you to win. We're in a society where life has been convinced to try to keep you from winning. Other people can try to affect life. That's why you have to distance yourself from those areas that are more frequently traveled by everyone else, because all the obstacles set up there. They set up the obstacles there because the thing is, the goal is to stop as many people as possible. So how do you do that? You set up obstacles on the busy roads. When cops want to pull people over, man, and get a few arrests or write a few tickets, what do? They don't set up a license checkpoint on a road that no one travels. They set it up on a busy thoroughfare. Man, let me tell you something, man. I was coming through Jackson, Mississippi one time, man. It was late, man. I was just heading through. I was in my 75 Lincoln Continental, man. Had just got it sprayed, man, candy wine. So shout out to the homie Vic, man, for spraying my whips for me. So, man, I'm coming through. So I'm coming down 55 North. And I'm going across the bridge to Louisiana. Going like toward Monroe, right? So I'm coming through. And I kept the 220 cutoff. The 220 takes you from 55 North over to 20 West. So I take that soon as I hit that, bro. This is an interstate. They got a driver license checkpoint set up right there on the interstate. Literally, as soon as you turn the corner, they so close, man, you can run over them. They got a driver license checkpoint set up right there, man. It was New Year's Eve. And they knew people was coming through there. They weren't checking no insurance, then they were just checking license. Really, they were just trying to get you to open your window so they could see if you smelled like liquor. That's what they were doing. But that's what happens when people want to stop as many people as possible. That's what they do, man. Man, let me tell you something. Success is a scary thing, bro. Because it's the unknown. It's the unknown. How does your life change when you look up and you're worth $10 million? When 2 years ago, you had $10 in your pocket. How does life change? Many men are afraid of that. Because let me tell you something. Many men know deep down inside they don't have the confidence that they feign. They don't have the self-belief that they feign. They don't have the self-respect that they feign. You put them in a position where you give them some paper, man. They know that that money is going to control them. They know that the money is going to control them. They know that the access is going to control them. Many men are afraid to live that life because they know they're not prepared for it. Why are you not prepared for that life? Because you haven't been traveling the chosen path. You've been traveling the path with everyone else. You don't want to go and be rich by yourself. That's how man ends up going broke, trying to take care of all his buddies. Cats that ain't even his partners. He get on and he try to put everybody on because he don't want to travel that lonely road. He said, well, hell, let me bring y'all with me, man. I don't want to travel that road by myself. I was afraid, boss. I was afraid. I don't want to do it, boss. I was afraid. So you bring everybody with you, and in 2 years, you're broke. You're back to where you were. And guess what happened? The same food you brought with you, they ain't got nothing to give you because they ain't had nothing to give you in the first place. So you done came up, went broke, trying to bring some people along, man, who can't do nothing for you when you fall back off. They ain't even got nobody they can call to give you an opportunity. And let me tell you something, man, that you got to know, man. You got to know this. You got to avoid haters. We all know that, right? We all know that. But the haters you have to avoid the most are haters who do what you do, want to do what you do, are trying to do what you do, wish they could do what you do, fake like they do what you do, falsely believe they do what you do, or just do what you do. Those are the biggest haters because their hate is genuine. Their hate comes from the result of what you're doing. That's genuine hate. There's some people who just haters. You know, some people just hate LeBron because they hate him. You know, they just hate him. They hate him. Oh, well, he didn't do this. He been 8 straight finals. But make this 9 straight finals. Well, not 9 straight, but 9 out of 10. He been 9 out of 10 finals, but he ain't. What about the one year he didn't go? What about that year? Okay. But there are some guys in the league that hate LeBron. There's some guys in the league that would never play with LeBron. If they were told that the only way you win a championship this year is you play with LeBron, that whatever team LeBron on gonna win a championship, they still wouldn't play. They said, well, okay, we'll let him have it. I'll wait till next year and get mine the other way. Your biggest haters are the guys who do exactly what you do, man. So, like, think about when you at work. Your biggest haters are at the job. You know? It could be a supervisor you got, man, and he hates you because the girls like you. You understand what I'm saying? You got to think about that, man. Big Reg, what up, homie? Appreciate $10 super chat, homie. Bro, say salute, King Ray. Peace to the brotherhood. Salute to you, bro. So you got to ignore those haters, man. And let me tell y'all something, man. I was chopping up with a little chick about this, man, and she was like, you know, I should love my cockiness and all that, man. But let me tell you something, bro. Be a little cocky, man. Be a little cocky. Ain't nothing wrong with being a little cocky, man. As long as your cockiness is not based on the oppression of other people or talking about other people or downing other people, or you be cocky, man. When you accomplish something, be cocky about it. That's why I'm finna show my subs on BOA channel, man. Be cocky about it. It's okay to be cocky, man, when you do something. Just don't attempt to dull other people's shine. If you got to dull other people's shine, you're not being cocky. That's not being cocky. That's being a hater. So, man, let's do a quick recap on this, man. Don't be a slave to self-doubt. Win at life with these 10 actionable steps. Number 1, life is not going to be a cakewalk. It could, in fact, be a constant uphill battle. Be prepared for it. Don't let the obstacles, negate you. Don't let the obstacles negate you or the negative things that people say about you hurt you. You understand what I'm saying? Or should I say, don't let the obstacles divert you or the negative things that people say about you hurt you. Just work to learn from your mistakes. Remember, these are the breaks. And if you keep your mentality state, then you got a date with the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But if you take your blessing for granted, don't try to blame no one else. Check yourself, because you know how you living. Make sure you don't get up and keep taking instead of giving. Whatever doesn't kill you or make you kill yourself, it's going to make you cold, man. It's going to make you the one. It's going to make you the truth. It's going to make you the best. It's going to make you hard as hell, man. Number 3, anyone who's not with you is against you. Anyone who's not with you is against you. I say it again. Anyone who's not with you is against you. Number 4, being a trailblazer is a lonely road, man. Accept that. If you're going to blaze your own path, you know what blaze your own path means? That means that there's no path right there. You're going to make that a path. You're going to bulldoze your way to that direction that nobody's gone before, and you're going to make that a path. A path to your success. The path to your success. Number 5, a woman can either help you fall, man, or help you climb. She can either help you rise or help your demise, man. The choice is always yours, not hers. If she can help you, let her help you. If she can't, move along. Number 6, aligning yourself with your enemies is only logical if God intervenes and says, okay, I'm going to make your enemy your footstool. Otherwise, be prepared for war at all times. Number 7, unless you just kill yourself, man, you ain't giving up on life. You're giving up on success. You're afraid. You're giving up on the possibility of success. You're giving up. That's all you're giving up on, man. You ain't giving up on life. Life's still there. Number 8, go hard to go to hell home, sit on the sofa, man, watch TV, man. Go watch Nancy Grace or something. If you want it, go hard for it. As long as it's worth it. Number 9, ignore the haters, man, especially those who do what you do. Those are your biggest haters. Your biggest hater gonna be at the job. They're gonna be with your crew. They're gonna be, they're gonna be somewhere. If you're hustling, your biggest hater gonna be hustlers. If you're a ball player, your biggest hater gonna be ball players. If you whatever you do, man, if you're a graphic designer, your biggest hater gonna be other graphic designers. That's just what happens. People who do what you do are gonna be your biggest haters because at some point they either want to be where you are or they're upset that you are where you are and you may be catching up to them. That's just how it goes. Number 10 rather, be a little cocky. Don't worry. Be cocky. Don't worry, be cocky. Charles Coleman, appreciate the $10 super chat, homie. So, man, let me jump in the chat a little bit, man. I see y'all here talking about these Nuggets game, man. You know what, man? I'm going to be honest with you, man. The Nuggets balled out, man, but the Clippers been overrated, man. The Clippers overrated, man. Paul George, man, that boy ain't never showed up in an important game, ever. He's never showed up in an important game. The few important games he had, he never showed up. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi is pretty much just a victim of circumstance. That Toronto team was primed to win a championship. I think they would have won. I think they would have won last year, even with even if they had kept DeMar DeRozan. I think they had just put the pieces together. Pascal Siakam, he is the one that turned the corner. Him and a couple of other guys on that team, man, just turned that corner. Serge Ibaka finally fit into a role. That team was going to win. You could have plugged anybody into Toronto last year, man, and they were going to win the ship. You could have plugged LeBron, any superstar. You could have plugged LeBron into it. Hell, you could have plugged the aging Kobe into that. Like that team was primed to win. Think about this. That team lost Kawhi, and they just happened to run up on a younger, spry Boston team, man. You know what I'm saying? And that Boston team ran up on the best team in the East, man. So that's gonna get ugly. You know what I'm saying? The Heat, man, listen, don't be surprised if Boston gets swept. Don't be surprised, man. Man, that's a matchup nightmare. The Heat is a matchup nightmare for the Celtics, man. Those boy got to play defense. And when you play defense like that, your legs going to be out. That's what happened to Kawhi, man. He had to keep running around chasing, man, what that cat name, man? I can't remember his name, man. He scored 40 last night. Man. Man, they was going to have to run around chasing that boy, man, for a series, man. Man, Kawhi didn't have no legs. I can't remember that boy's name, but that boy be running. Yeah, Jamal Murray, man. Jamal Murray be moving, bro. If you got a D up Jamal Murray, you ain't gonna have no legs on the offensive end, bro. You ain't gonna have no legs on the offensive end, man. So I think Denver, man. I think Denver's a pretty decent team, man. I just think they were a matchup nightmare. Like they don't have anybody that can guard. Man, I can't remember nobody's name. The big white kid, man. I can't remember nobody's name, man. My mind is on this. So, man, they can't. They ain't have any matchup for him, man. And when you take Kawhi, man, and put him on, I think the Clippers would have been a better matchup for the Lakers. Like I don't think Denver might get. Denver gonna win the first game. Like the Lakers ain't coming off all this rust and beating that team. Because you got to think about it. This wasn't an emotional Game 7 win for them. They knew they were going to beat the Clippers. You come back from 3-1 down, bro, you finna win Game 7. Go back into history and look at the teams that came back from 3-1 down. The teams who came back from 3-1 down do not lose Game 7. The other team, all the air is sucked out of the other team's cell, man. Team come back from 3-1 down. You can't come back from that. No, I don't care. If Jordan had ever been up 3-1 and the other team came back, the Bulls were going to lose that championship, man. So, what's that kid, man, on Boston, man? On Miami Heat, man? Is it Gordon Dragic, man? Yeah, I think it's Gordon Dragic, man. I'm going to be honest with you, man. That cat is underrated, man. He's super underrated. They got a squad over there, man. We be tripping, man, but Eric Spoelstra, man, that boy a hell of a coach. A hell of a coach, man. So, yeah, Heat Lakers, man, but he ain't going to beat the Lakers, man. They ain't going to beat the Lakers, man. I see Miami Soldier. Yeah, I see why you saying that, Miami Soldier. I mean, your name Miami Soldier. But nah, bro, it's going to be a wrap. Man, yeah, Denver got hype, man, but I'm be honest with you. Bron big. And they don't have nobody, man, that can stop AD. They don't have anybody that can guard AD, man. They don't have anybody that can guard AD, man. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much, man, I think the only person that was left in the playoff, man, that can guard LeBron, man, is Kawhi. I don't think they have anybody that can guard LeBron, man. Yeah, I just think, man, when you look at that Heat Celtics matchup, man, you know what the Heat look like? The Heat look like the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq. The Heat got a killer instinct, bro. The Heat look like basketball killers right now, boy. I wouldn't want to play them. They look like basketball killers right now, man. Real talk. Come on, man. Plumlee. Come on, SO, man. Butler too small to defend Anthony AD, man. AD 7 feet tall, man. 7 feet tall, man, and can shoot the three. But honestly, it ain't gonna be a sweep. It's gonna be a 7-game series, man. It's going 7. It's going 7, man. So, I'm looking forward to that one, man. But hey, man, let's let these 2 series play out first, man, because we haven't seen any game with the Lakers and Nuggets yet, and we've only seen 1 game with the Celtics and Heat, man. And I just think the Celtics underestimated the Heat speed and grit. You know what I'm saying? Them boys, that's a gritty team right there, boy. But gritty teams, the only gritty team I can remember, man, the past 20 years, man, that won the championship, man, Detroit Pistons. The rest of the teams that win, man, just have the talent. Toronto may have been a little gritty last year, man. All right, man, let's get ready to head up out of here, man. We up in here, man, talking about this ball, man. I'm going to go ahead, man, and get ready for the show tonight, man. Got a couple things to take care of. And y'all tune in, man, for the show tonight, man. BOA channel, 9:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to be in the joint, man. We're going to be in the joint. Not new life, not always, man. Because there were some teams, man, that I think were better team, played better team ball than the Bulls played, man. I truly believe that, man. Even the Lakers, man, with Kobe and Shaq, man, I think they just had more talent. I think one of those Knicks teams, man, had more talent than the Bulls. Not they had more talent, man, but I think they had better team chemistry than the Bulls, man. I believe. Except for what you call it, man. Except for Pat Ewing, man. I hope ain't none of y'all New York Knicks fan. That boy Pat Ewing was garbage, man. He was garbage, man. I ain't lying, man. That boy was garbage. He was garbage in college, man. I ain't like him in college. He was garbage, man. All right, man. Let's get ready to do this thing, man. Let's head on out of here, man. Salute to everybody, man. Showing up, man. Joining me here in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Let's get ready for this show tonight, man. Again, 9:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. BOA channel. We're going to jump into it. Also, man, I appreciate y'all, man, jumping on that re-upload from December last year, man, when I first talked about this. But we're going to talk about it again tonight, man. So, I appreciate everybody being in the joint, man. D. Flemings, SJ3, GC. Appreciate y'all being in the joint, man. It's been real in the field, man. Hey, man, look at here, man. Y'all put God first. Keep grinding and growing, my brothers. Peace.